Dagnabbit, you ruined the sign! How are they gonna read it now? Welcome back, my little lambs, to another Fallout 76 shotgun build video. Today we're taking a look at a cold shoulder. It was a special season reward from way back. It's a legendary double-barrel shotgun that's got some interesting effects. It has 4 times ammo capacity, and it does 50% bonus damage to cryptids. Here you can see I modded it with a hardened receiver, which gave it a damage boost. It's got the true long barrel and stock on it, and a reflex sight. I didn't put a muzzle on it. The only muzzle options you have are for muzzle brakes. There's a basic one, and then there's a spiked one that gives bonus bashing damage. Here you can sit there and see a basic double barrel shotgun that the cold shoulder is based off of. A regular double barrel shotgun would be something pretty good to use when you're just starting out, but if you can unlock the cold shoulder, you can get it from the Atom Shop if you weren't able to get it playing the season that it came out in. The cold shoulder is definitely going to be something, if you want to use shotguns, that could be pretty darn fun to have. Its other effect that it has is it freezes enemies. You'll notice that it had the cold damage to it. So we're going to take this cold shoulder and do some testing on enemies. There's some ghouls over here to our right, so let's go over there and give them a surprise. One of the ghouls was already dead, so it's possible another player recently came through here, so we may not have a whole lot of ghouls up here around the vault to take out, but we're going to do what we can, and then we're going to move to another area and start seeing how well the cold shoulder works on some tougher enemies. The reflex sight on the cold shoulder makes it easy to aim down sights if you don't want to use VATS. When you've got the time to line up your shot and everything, it makes it really easy to get a good bead on the enemy. The action on double barrel shotguns in Fallout 76 is pretty darn good for game mechanics. You can get 2 shots off real quick, so even though a lot of times you might be wasting that second shot because the first one does enough damage on your enemy, being able to get off 2 just like that almost, that's really handy when you're facing tougher enemies. And towards the end of the video, we're going to sit there and have a special little battle going on. Huntersville is a great area for testing out weapons and builds. Once you're above level 50, it's usually going to be guaranteed that the super mutants you find here are going to be, above 50 to 100. It usually also will depend on if any other players have recently been through here. Once you get yourself past level 100 and there's been no other people through here recently, you can pretty much almost guarantee the minimum level of a super mutant you come across in Huntersville is going to be 75, and a lot of times they'll spawn around 100. Huntersville also seems to have a peculiar glitch to it. I've been in it before, and all of a sudden all the super mutants have respawned. One time when I was doing just some basic playthrough during like a double XP weekend or something, I cleared out every super mutant in Huntersville, and then all of a sudden they just reappeared And so I cleared them out, and then it happened a third time. So I probably ended up killing about 30 to 50 super mutants because they kept respawning. It was pretty darn fun, actually. And that right there was a great example of what even a normal double barrel shotgun with the quad legendary effect would allow you to do. We were able to get off a bunch of shots real quick to that legendary super mutant and take him down. Okay, so I've picked up a few legendary items and my weight is pretty much maxed out, so we're going to need to sit there and scrap some stuff real quick. That way I'll be able to keep moving freely. Okay, so next we're going to head over to West Tech, where we definitely know there's a good chance for very high-level super mutants, and there's also a lot of them out in front of the building, so this is where things can get really chaotic. If you end up getting detected by the mutants and they all come rushing you, you're going to get attacked from every side, so this will be a good chance to see how well the Cold Shoulder can handle in a high-enemy situation. As you can see, the Cold Shoulder did very well for our storming of the front door to West Tech. We were able to get good shots off of aiming down sights using the reflex sights. We got some good hits with VATS. The super mutant suicider, we managed to get a good hit on him and caused his mini nuke to go off, which helped damage everybody else. And we did really good. Now, if you can't get the Cold Shoulder or you don't want to spend the money or the atoms on it, I would suggest taking a regular double barrel shotgun and giving a quad of Rapid, which is faster fire rate, and Swift, which is a faster reload. Those three legendary effects will make a very good double barrel shotgun. You'll be able to do some good damage with it. You're not going to have the cryo damage of the Cold Shoulder. Who knows? They may add that as a legendary mod in the future, but we're going to go ahead and go do an event and test out the Cold Shoulder, and then we're going to get to that special battle I mentioned before. So I got lucky, and while I was inside recording of going after super mutants, the One Violent Night event popped up, so I decided to go do that. So I edited out us going through the front door of West Tech so we could get straight into this action.
This is Dane Rogers with an automated alert. An unknown dangerous creature has been sighted in the vicinity of the Sons of Dane compound. This thing's been attacking the Buck's Den beer house every night while we party. We call it the Night Stalker. It's killed some of our best guys. Polly says the loud music is what's pissing it off, so we can make a ruckus to draw it here and set up...
The One Violent Night event is another good way of testing out weapons and builds. Just like we did with the Kabloom, we're going to hide here in this little spot. We're going to keep this door covered because that's where the majority of the ghouls are going to be coming through. We use berry mentats so that they're glowing and we can detect them as they approach. Anything that pops up in that doorway is going to get both barrels and then some. Okay, this is where I'm going to do a slight little rant about a major effing pet peeve that I have. After 7 years of this game being out, people do not understand that once this event has been started, you do not have to come in and activate the jukebox. You'll notice up in the top right corner, it's popped up saying optional turn on jukebox. That's because people always load into this event and run straight in and activate it thinking that it's not on, rather than just stopping and waiting to realize, hey wait, the event's been started, somebody already turned it on and it's going. I have actually lost events because of some idiot coming in and turning off the jukebox, and then the time ran out because there was no way to get it turned back on, and there wasn't enough people playing musical instruments to sit there and attract the Night Stalker. So, if you see this event and you join it, just come in and start blasting ghouls or play an instrument and wait a few seconds for it to pop up in the corner whether or not that jukebox is on. Okay, so here it is, the battle I promised you. We're going to be using the cold shoulder as it was intended, for hunting cryptids, and we're going after my #1 arch nemesis in the wasteland, the sheep squatch. I am the only sheep that is allowed in the wastelands of Fallout 76. There shall be no others. I take them out wherever I come across them, and luckily for me, there's a guaranteed spawn point. And that is the end of that sheep squatch, which is also going to be bringing us to the end of this video. As you can see, the cold shoulder against an enemy type it was designed for is amazing. We managed to freeze the sheep squatch to stun lock it. The build that we have for shotguns, we started getting some amazing crits, and we also managed to cripple it to where it could barely move. So this is really a good weapon to use if you want to go down the path of shotgun builds. Thank you so much for watching, my little lambs, and I hope to see you again next time in the Digital Wonderlands.